What if the true battleground for the next Lakers championship isn't under those glaring court lights, but in silent offices where deals are forged far from the roar of the crowd? What if the legacy of purple and gold isn't just about legendary heroes on hardwood, but about unseen chess moves that redefine an empire's future? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truth meets purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of this unfolding drama that could reshape everything we thought we knew about our beloved franchise. Imagine a world where the Lakers as we know them, the franchise, steeped in 17 banners, the heartbeat of Los Angeles basketball, are suddenly up for reinvention under a new titan, the headline number that shook sports and business alike. $10 billion. That's right, a staggering $10 billion. Not just a number, but a seismic statement that echoes far beyond the Staples Center or Crypto.com arena. What lies beneath this monumental price tag? It's more than just hardwood glory. It's a fortress of global brand power, a dynasty morphing into a multimedia empire where Hollywood glitz meets international fan fever. This isn't your typical sports franchise sale. It's a dawn ushered in by Mark Walter, billionaire businessman extraordinaire, fresh off transforming another LA cornerstone, the Dodgers, into a championship-caliber machine. Walter's acquisition isn't about quiet investment. Reports ripple through insiders. A vision centered on analytics, the building of a red-hot global footprint, and infrastructure upgrades from training facilities to digital platforms. Could we be witnessing a strategic overhaul that redefines not just how the Lakers build their roster, but how they engage the fiercely competitive NBA landscape? The echoes from this sale reverberate deeply. The Buss family's stewardship, spanning decades of tradition and deeply rooted in Los Angeles culture, now steps aside, leaving space for fresh ambition, a tension between reverence for the past and urgent need for future glory. What does that mean for fans who once found comfort in continuity? Are we trading history for the promise of an unprecedented, tech-driven basketball machine? The valuation experts didn't arrive at this number lightly. Complex triangulations combining discounted cash flows, market comparisons, think Warriors and Knicks, and asset reevaluations paint a picture of a franchise whose worth is fortified by global reach, merchandise streaks from LA to the Philippines, and a cultural relevance that transcends sports. In this shifting landscape, the Lakers are less a team and more a sprawling entertainment and commercial powerhouse. But even as this empire readies itself for the next chapter, the hardwood demands its own reckoning. Enter Luka Dončić. At 26 years old, this star guard is more than a player. He's a symbol of hope, the potential cornerstone for the Lakers' revival. The offseason whispers are loud. Dončić is shedding pounds, doubling down on conditioning, and transforming his body with relentless intensity. It's a metamorphosis vital to a player who's been hindered by fitness doubts and injury shadows. Last season, snaps were missed, causing ripple effects on the court. But when in action, Dončić delivered star-caliber stats: 28 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists per game, numbers that scream all-star dominance. Yet, the central question lingers. Can he sustain this supreme form across an 82-game marathon and the brutal playoff gauntlet? The Lakers season might very well hinge on it. As he trains with the Slovenian national team, sharpening his physical edge, there's an unmistakable air of determination, a silent vow to carry purple and gold back to the summit. Still, no champion stands alone. Behind the scenes, whispers of seismic roster shakeup swirl. The ripple effect of Jaren Jackson Jr., the Grizzlies' defensive titan and two-time NBA All-Star, entering Lakers trade conversations hint at far-reaching strategic moves. Jackson Jr. embodies versatility, a defensive juggernaut capable of guarding the rim with elite shot blocking while stretching defenses with reliable three-point shooting. We're not just talking about a role player. Jackson Jr. is the 2023 Defensive Player of the Year, An imposing presence who could stabilize a Lakers front court that's been seeking a long-term anchor. The proposed trade? Hypothetically wild yet tantalizing. Austin Reaves, the rapidly rising guard averaging over 20 points a game, alongside Dalton Connect Maxi Kleber and a future 2031 draft pick, potentially heading to Memphis in exchange. For Jackson Jr., from one angle, it's about financial maneuvering creating salary relief and flexibility for both sides. From another, it's about complementing Dončić with a defensive centerpiece capable of elevating the team's identity. The Lakers would gain size, defense, and a two-way force who fits the modern NBA prototype of big men who aren't shackled to the paint. But what does this mean for the team's chemistry and balance? Can the Lakers absorb such a drastic front court change without losing cohesion? And what about the flame-hearted Austin Reaves, steady, improving, and beloved by the LA faithful? Trading him would not be a simple business decision. It's an emotional gamble, an admission that the Lakers are willing to sacrifice familiar strengths to climb back to the summit. These potential moves hint at a broader trend of wholesale recalibration under Walter's new regime. Is this the audacity we've been waiting for? A front office unafraid to shake the foundations and build a team molded perfectly for the next decade of NBA basketball. Could this be the moment when the Lakers stop patching holes and start constructing a fortress? The stakes couldn't be higher. Every move Walter makes, every asset traded or retained, resonates not only in the arenas, but across every Lakers household bar and tailgate. We're watching a team and a brand at a crossroads. The past lessons are sharp, the late 2010s spoiled. U.S. with back-to-back titles, but also taught the peril of complacency and the catastrophic cost of letting talent age without renewal. Now, with Dončić in his prime and a potential wave of new acquisitions on the horizon, the channel between expectation and reality narrows. But can the Lakers rise from the ashes of early playoff exits, injury woes, and roster patchwork fast enough? Is there a blueprint to surpass even the shimmering allure of LeBron and Kobe eras? What if the very definition of Lakers greatness is shifting from iconic stars to a well-oiled, versatile machine built by executives with global vision, fueled by analytics, and powered by players who embody both grit and skill? As a lifelong Lakers fan, I can't help but feel the weight of this moment, the fragile balance between hope and skepticism. The sale, the rumored trades, Dončić's transformation, they all paint a future full of possibility and peril. But one truth remains, the Lakers story is far from written. So I ask you, Lakers Nation, as this new era unfolds, are we witnessing the rebirth of an empire, a bold new chapter scripted by visionary hands and elite talent? Or is this just a new face on an old pattern of flux, struggle, and dreaming that's defined us for decades? Drop your take in the comments. I'll be reading every one. All right, Lakers Nation, I need you right here. Right now, lock in, crank that volume, and if you're screaming at your screen like me, throw some fire emojis in the chat, because this isn't some calm dinner conversation. This is a full-on, heartbeat racing Lakers meltdown and revival all rolled into one unstoppable storm. What we're staring at here, the $10 billion sale, the whispers of trades that could send Austin Reaves packing, and Luka Dončić's transformation from injured highlight reel to potentially unstoppable MVP contender. It's more than a shakeup. It's a total seismic shift that's got everyone from the fans in the stands to the guys shaping the franchise's very soul holding their breath. Think about it, LeBron James, the king, our living legend, the guy who dragged this team to the promised land more times than we can count, who carried the weight of past glory on his broad shoulders and kept us alive in that magical 2020 bubble. When the world was upside down and a global pandemic couldn't stop the purple and gold juggernaut from cutting down the nets. But listen, LeBron's twilight years are ticking on faster than we want to admit. And this new regime, this billionaire-backed frontier led by Mark Walter, isn't just looking at past laurels. They're building a new dynasty that's meant to outlast even the Kings' reign. And that means Anthony Davis, the brow, suddenly becomes the cornerstone of the present, the defensive anchor and offensive overdrive who needs support from beyond just LeBron's passing shadow. But where does that leave Bronny? Our future star, a young lion trying to find his own roar in a franchise rebuilding under a new playbook? This isn't just about veterans anymore, it's about grooming talent that can shoulder championship. Pressure in a league that's faster, smarter, and more ruthless than ever before. Then you throw Austin Reeves into the mix, the scrapper. The beloved underdog who's amazed us all with steady improvement straying him isn't just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's gut-wrenching for us fans who saw him as the heart and soul of this locker room's new identity. Yet, if it means locking down a Defensive Player of the Year in Jaren Jackson Jr., a guy who could utterly transform this team into a nightmare for opponents with his shot blocking and perimeter threat, maybe. That sacrifice is the painful medicine we need. And here's the real rub: to culture inside the Lakers front office is cracking open like never before. Jeannie Buss, with all her history and heart tied to the franchise, now stands shoulder to shoulder with a titan like Walter who sees this as a legacy project on a scale so massive it's almost unfathomable. That dynamic future shaping, this battle between tradition and innovation under the bright LA lights, is a powder keg waiting to explode into something extraordinary. Remember the decades past the Showtime Lakers, the three-peat 2000s, the 2010 duos of Kobe and Poe, then the LeBron KD superstar alliances we dreamed of but never quite formed. That history, that heartbreak, every playoff choke, the 2021 collapse, the missed opportunities, it's all fuel for what's coming next. Rival franchises watch with hungry eyes. Golden State sharpening their dynasty claws. Denver riding the Jockey Thunder. Phoenix storming in with youthful fire. Dallas with Luka, ready to challenge for the throne. And yes, the Clippers, who've been the perennial thorn in our side, waiting for their chance to dethrone the purple and gold kings once and for all. This sale and potential roster overhaul? It could be the domino that sends tremors far and wide, rewriting the power maps of the Western Conference. In one fell swoop, imagine if this Lakers rebirth triggers a chain reaction where rivals scramble, alliances shift, and the playoff picture becomes downright chaotic. Picture the Staples Center, or Crypto.com as it's now known, aflame with fans roaring for a team that is no longer just about star wattage, but about a system, a machine, an organization operating at peak efficiency on and off the court. Digital expansions, the global reach, the Hollywood meets hard-court spectacle. It's a renaissance fueled not just by passion, but by cutting-edge business acumen that makes every Lakers championship not just a trophy, but a worldwide event. But what if this new wave crashes the delicate balance of chemistry and loyalty that has always been the Lakers' secret sauce? What if the emotional cost of such aggressive rebuilding breaks the bonds between players who have become family? What if the gamble on Dončić staying healthy enough to carry the team back to finals isn't enough? What if the Lakers end up chasing shadows while rivals consolidate power? The stakes are blood, sweat, and tears high. This isn't just another offseason. It's the defining moment of a franchise reborn or a dynasty lost in transition. As a Laker till the day I die, here's how I see it. This is either the boldest, smartest pivot toward the next golden age, or the start of a painful, brutal rebuilding process that tests every ounce of our faith. But I'm throwing my chips in on hope, on Walter's vision, on Dončić's metamorphosis, on the potential thunder that a Jaren Jackson Jr. trade could unleash. Because if the Lakers can harness this storm, rewrite the rules of what a legacy means in the modern NBA, they won't just be playoff contenders, they'll be a revolution. Now, Lakers fam, drop your thoughts below. I want to hear from every true believer in purple and gold ready to ride this roller coaster all the way back to championship glory, because this saga is just beginning, and trust me, it's going to be wild.